And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is AWS NWA Slaughterhouse 3. We have a huge main event for later tonight, but before we go into that, let me introduce you to, well, my color commentating partner here, C. Edward Vanderpyle, is here along with Larry Pena. We're ready to call the action, and we got a great matchup lined up for us here in our opening contest.
We do have a fantastic 4 different tag teams trying to become the #1 contenders here for the AWS tag team titles. I can't call them the NWA Pro tag team titles because they're around the waist of Bo Cooper and Sexy Chino. I mean, how on God's green earth can I justify thinking of Sexy Chino as a champion in the National Wrestling Alliance?
Well, unfortunately, you are going to have to call him champion. He along with Bo Cooper, defeated Midnight Dynamite to become the new tag team champions, and this matchup is scheduled for a #1 contender spot for those tag team titles.
Hey, I have a real quick question that I'm wondering about this show here. This is Slaughterhouse 3.
That is correct.
Once we get up to Slaughterhouse 5, do we have to pay royalties to Kurt Vonnegut?
Well, I wouldn't know that. I'm not handling the royalties department here at AWS.
Go ahead and admit that joke went over your head, Pena. It's okay. Whoosh. Oh, speaking of going over the head, that boot didn't go over Mercury's head, went right through it.
No, I tried to take it off. And Riddick goes for the cover on the Mercury, but he only gets a 1 count.
Sean Riddick is an incredible,
Is athlete the word you're looking for?
No, I guess if you can't say anything nice, you must be talking about Sean Riddick. But still, he's a pretty decent tag team wrestler, feeding the man over into Goodman there. That was a smart move. Always take advantage of when the referee's got his back turned. Something Midnight Dynamite themselves are very familiar with, and yet find themselves on the other end of here.
Well, it's going to be very interesting to see how these two teams play out, especially since right after this match is over with, they got another tag team that's going to come out later. And then the winner of that match is going to face another tag team.
Well, you got to say the Midnight Dynamite are definitely at a disadvantage here of trying to get their titles back. They were not granted an automatic rematch because of the, and I hate to use this word, chicanery that they used in keeping their titles. Bart felt no need to give them an immediate rematch. In fact, decided that they were going to have to earn it. And then they drew one of the first 2 spots here in this gauntlet match. It might be a while before Merc and Jerk actually get anywhere close to those titles again. The odds are stacked against them.
Well, definitely, the odds are stacked against, either one of these 2 teams. They are the early team in this matchup. Obviously, the team that drew 4th is a fresh team, and so the advantage is going to heavily go to them. Mm-hmm. But we'll have to wait to see which teams those will be.
And also, as far as teamwork goes, you do have to say here that Merc and Jerk have not really been seeing eye to eye lately the way that they have. After the miscommunications that cost them the title, there have been arguments backstage, pretty public arguments between these 2 guys. You got to wonder what it's going to take to get them back on track. Right now, the team of Riddick and Goodman, they may not be having the upper hand right at this moment, but they're clearly working much better as a unit.
Well, we're just going to have to wait and see. This is the first match here in AWS since they lost the tag team titles, and you are correct in saying that they have to get back on track. Otherwise, their shot at the tag team titles are just going to float away. 2006
has been their year. I mean, there's no question that these guys have been the best tag team in NWA Pro Wrestling this year. But that took such a sudden turn on September 30th. When those belts went out the door, you could just see the life go out of their eyes. It was, it's just not a fun time for them right now.
It's not a fun time right now for Sean Riddick as he's being choked away by Johnny Paradise.
You got to wonder if Paradise is just sitting there imagining that, well, it's kind of hard to imagine somebody with actually an athletic body being either Bo or Chino. But you got to wonder if he's taking his frustrations here out on Sean Riddick.
Well, like I said, they can't look past this team of Sean Riddick and Peter Goodman because, like I said, they're in line for a title shot as well. They can't think past them. And right now, they're trying to continue some double teaming here, or at least keeping Riddick away from the corner. This is part of the tag team tactics that they like to do.
There's the old Midnight Dynamite that I know that we weren't seeing earlier. The little fire in his eyes as he went and kicked the man on the outside, or punched the man on the outside.
That's tactics like that. That's why they were the tag team champions. It's also, like you said, the reason why AWS Kingpin Bart is not going to allow them a title shot.
Well, referee Robbie Deming, who's lately had his hands full of cheeseburgers, has his hands full in this match. trying to keep the two of these teams from out-cheating each other. But I got to be honest, there's another team in this 4-team gauntlet match. Karl Machine Gun Anderson and Joey Ryan. I think they could pretty much out-cheat anybody in the world.
And there was a cover right there, but look at this, Pete Goodman blatantly coming in while the referee sees him. Mercury takes advantage of the distraction by Pete Goodman, and look at that.
Handful of tights, and Merkenjerk might be on their way back. A little bit of the fire back in their eyes. You can see it right there. They still have 2 other teams to defeat. But if there's anybody that can do it, it's the guys who held those titles for almost a full year.
And here you see some highlights of some of what we saw in this matchup with Pete Goodman and Sean Riddick against Midnight Dynamite. And you can also hear in the background the next team that's going to be coming out here. It is Los Luchas. They're going to be coming out here to challenge Midnight Dynamite. And we're going to see how well they can fare against each other. The winner of this matchup will obviously face, as you mentioned before, Karl the Machine Gun Anderson and Joey Ryan, the other team. And now look at this. They try to come in, double drop kicks, but that was swatted out of the way by Midnight Dynamite.
Well, Los Luchas are on a tear in the National Wrestling Alliance. They had not wrestled in the NWA for quite a while. This is their first match back in AWS in about a year and a half, I believe. But just last week in Las Vegas, Larry, I know you were not able to attend. I was there in live living color. These gentlemen won the Copa de Lucha tournament, a tournament that included teams from 4 different countries, including the other team left in this gauntlet match, Machine Gun Anderson and Joey Ryan. They won the Copa de Lucha tournament. They first beat the Japanese team of Puma and Black Tiger. Machine Gun Anderson and Joey Ryan, representing America, defeated the Canadian team of Canadian Spymaster A and B. No comment on Spymasters showing up as Canadians. But then they pulled off what seemed to be a miracle victory over Anderson and Ryan in front of a packed crowd of over 3,000 fans. Just an amazing roll that these guys are on, and let's see if they can continue it here.
Well, at this point, it looks like they're not going to be able to, the way Johnny Paradise has just been hammering away on Phoenix Star. And we're just going to see what's going to happen here. Look at this. Phoenix Star being cut off from Zokre. This is what Johnny Paradise was doing earlier when Peter Goodman, when Sean Riddick was in the ring.
Well, that's fundamental tag team wrestling. You want to cut one of the men off from his partner and just keep beating on one guy. It's easier for 2 to beat on 1. It's just plain and simple mathematics. That's just the way it's done.
Now look at this. No tag was made. You saw it as well as I. But Mercury is now the legal man. Stomping away on Phoenix Star in the corner again, keeping Phoenix Star away from Zokre. Come on, referee. Get him off him. Get him off him, Robbie. He's in the corner. Oh, and look at that. A cheap shot. Cheap shot there.
That's why I like Midnight Dynamite. Nice little kick to the back of the head there.
But now look at this. Charles Mercury is gloating.
He's making fun of that little Phoenix Star symbol that he's, I don't know why he likes to use. You don't need a hand symbol. Not everybody is Diamond Dallas Page, who once gave me a diamond cutter, by the way. That hurt.
I'm sure he did.
But anyways, Merkenjerk here, clearly in control of this matchup, and you got to think they want to put them away quick and have everything that they can save left for that last tag team.
Look at that nice double teaming there. The leg drop after the backbreaker. There's a cover, and Zokre comes right in to make the save. He knew his tag team partner was in trouble, and he absolutely had to go in there to break the cover in order for them to stay in this matchup.
Smart move by Paradise there. Not only does he knock Zokre off the apron, but then he drags Phoenix Star back over into their corner. Allows Mercury to tag himself in and maintain the advantage.
And now look at this. He wants to tag back out to Paradise. Looks like they're going to try to keep the fresh man in as long as.
Oh, he set him up for that super kick.
Oh, the
not
super
what he
kick
wanted.
missed. It hit Charles Mercury, not Phoenix Star, and now Zokre's coming in. Looks like we're going to see a double team, courtesy of Los Luchas. Double clothesline. And now look at this. What are they setting him up here for? They like Johnny Paradise goes out to the floor while they bring in Charles Mercury. They send him into the ropes. Look at his slingshot. Oh, beautiful spear by Phoenix Star.
A nice move there. Phoenix Star, not the biggest man, and his spear not as devastating as, say, Baby Slim's, but still a very painful move there as he was thrown up and into that spear. Now bound for a double back body. What was that?
That was a double backdrop suplex.
Thank you.
And they followed up with a neo flight.
That is the move that they won the Copa de Lucha with, and that's the move that they just put Midnight Dynamite out of this gauntlet match with.
And there you hear the announcement. Midnight Dynamite officially eliminated. And look at us, Karl Anderson and Joey Ryan going right to work.
Looking for revenge after they feel they were robbed in Las Vegas. Absolutely robbed.
Look at this. They just sent Phoenix Star onto the floor. Now they can double team on Zokri in the ring. They realized they were the fresh team, and they realized that Los Luchas had a lot of momentum after picking up the win, so they went in right away to cut them off.
Well, you always want to try and attack your opponent from behind. That's just good, smart wrestling, according to guys like me. And that's exactly what they did out there. You know, this tag team here, Karl Anderson, Joey Ryan, despite losing the Copa de Lucha tournament, they are being heralded as one of the next great tag teams. You know, I know that NWA promoters are attempting to line up shots for them to possibly get at the NWA North American tag team titles, currently held by the United Nation of Domination, who hail from Virginia. But, you know, one of these days, I think these two guys are even going to be able to go after the NWA World Tag Team titles. That's how good I believe that Karl Anderson and Joey Ryan are as a team.
Well, look at this. Zokri now trying to get on offense. Beautiful move on his own right there. Head scissors along with an arm drag onto both Karl Anderson and Joey Ryan. And now Phoenix Star, double drop kick. That's going to send both of them out onto the floor.
Well, I think that's a wise move for Anderson and Ryan, as much as they maybe didn't want to go to the floor. But you saw that once they got out there, they both just walked away. They're calming down. They're trying to set the pace themselves, regroup. Good, smart tag team moves. Go check on each other right there. That's the way it's supposed to be done.
And I'm a little surprised that right now Zokri is still staying in the ring. I figured he'd want to tag out to Phoenix Star, who took a lot of punishment in the previous matchup.
Okay, Pena, I got to ask, why is Nikki wearing a mask?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I think she didn't want to be the odd person out.
Well,
everyone else is wearing a mask.
She's usually the odd person when we go out. That's just a joke. She's going to hit me. Anyways.
She wanted to go with a theme, I guess. Beautiful leg lariat there by Karl Anderson. Great agility, and this big man tags out to Joey Ryan as they continue the offense here. Big knee into the ribs right there of Zokri.
Joey Ryan, cocky, arrogant, but he gets to be. He is one of the best wrestlers in the world at this point in time. He knows it, and he knows that his tag team partner and him have made an incredible combination. Getting the win right here back on Phoenix Star and Zokri after what happened in Vegas, highly important to them. Not only does it get them, get them their momentum back, but it also gets them the shot at those NWA Pro Tag Team titles.
Joey Ryan sends Zokri in, and he follows it up with a nice drop kick of his own.
Now, why is it that when Machine Gun did it, you called it a leg lariat, and when Joey did it, you called it a drop kick?
Because Karl Anderson kicked him with one leg, a single leg. Whereas here, Joey Ryan hit him with both legs in the drop kick.
Gotcha. I thought maybe Anderson just didn't quite get up high enough.
Oh no, he got up there high enough.
See,
Joey Ryan, look at this. He's frustrated with Robbie.
I don't know the moves. I just know how to insult people and cheat.
Yes, we all know that's what you know best. And now look at this. The crowd seems to be getting under the skin of Karl the Machine Gun Anderson.
Yeah, that's one thing he needs to work on. He's got to start not worrying about what those people say and yell at him. He's just got to worry about beating up his opponents. He's easily sidetracked, and if he can come over that, one of these days, he himself, I think, one day could be the heavyweight champion of the world. I mean, he's an Anderson, for the love of God.
And he just nailed Zokri with a big stomp right there after that clothesline follow-up in the corner. Sets him up again. Big chop to the chest in the corner.
Yeah, but he's wearing that, the protective shirt there, unlike, Anderson and Ryan, who are real men who go out there without shirts.
I don't think that shirt provides much protection. But then again, what could protect you from a Huracan Rana like that?
Not standing in there and letting it hit you?
That's probably true. But what could protect you from that?
Oh, a good move there by Zokri. Not at all what Anderson was expecting. Just went up and over and almost hit him with a stunner-like move there.
And it looks like it's going to be enough. Yes, he makes a tag out to Phoenix Star. Phoenix Star coming in. Huracan Rana of his own onto Karl Anderson. Joey Ryan tries to come in, but he cuts him off. Sets him up for the Phoenix Slam. And now look at this. Ryan goes out to the floor, but Karl Anderson and Phoenix Star are the legal men in this matchup. Zokri coming in. Here comes some Los Luchas double team. Beautifully executed that double flapjack.
And they're trying to set up for that move again. This is what they won the Copa de Lucha tournament with.
Went for the Phoenix flight. Joey Ryan pulled off Zocre. Hey, wait a minute. Phoenix Star, he just got... Wait a minute.
There you go. That's why I love these guys, because he could tell the referee wasn't looking, that he could get that extra leverage. Karl Machine Gun Anderson and Joey Ryan, your winners. Hopefully your next NWA Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
Well, unfortunately here we don't have the instant replay, but if Robbie Deming asked for it, he could see Karl Anderson holding on to the tights, and that's what provided the victory for Karl Anderson and Joey Ryan. And right now you're seeing some replays. Here comes that Phoenix Slam coming up here. But again, and there it is. Holds the ropes.
Anderson looking directly at Deming, could see Deming was not watching his feet. Smart move, and here, oh, look at that. We're sore losers. We're going to jump in the ring and attack these guys. Way to go. Way to be professional wrestlers.
Well, I know that if these were your guys, you would be instigating this. No, wait a minute. Over the top and out of the floor.
There's
Phoenix
no
Star.
call for that. What's the point? You guys already lost. You might want to save it for next time. You know, high-risk moves are only high-risk moves when you're trying to win. You've already lost, moron.
Well, that is the case. We have new #1 contenders for the tag team titles. And here's some more replays. Look at that. Beautiful over the top and onto the floor double team.
Completely unnecessary. I hope they get fined.